Hey guys, Heath the Geek here, doing a very quick Dragon Ball Super review. I didn't make the top 3 playoffs at all, unfortunately, but did my best. I was playing for first place more or less, so it was kind of weird. The improvements to my deck, they're definitely working in my favor. The Gohans, they definitely make the matchup against the freaking yellow deck with all the great apes and the blockers a little bit easier. I was actually able to take a game against that deck. I mean, he did scoop, he could have played it out, he might have still won, but I had the right hand. I was able to drop, I only had 2 of them in my hand, drop 2 of them in the same turn, then attack with them past. He played a Nimbus Cloud, which doesn't let you, only lets you attack basically twice. And he had 2 of them on the field. Yeah, I was blockers, but like if he tries to block any of the attacks, they go through and they hit his guy. Well, they'll hit the blocker, kill the blocker, and then he loses his rest of the life. He was at I think he was at 1 life at that point. But I wish I had recorded it because it was an interesting back and forth game. It was very close. Game 1 was a blowout. I just lost. Game 3 wasn't that. I guess it was kind of close to open up with Kaba, but once he blows up the Kaba, then it's basically an even game again, or it's a game back in his favor. I shouldn't even say it's even. The game's always in his favor more or less, unless I have first turn Kaba or Gohan. Then the game is kind of in my favor. I just have to make the best possible plays and hope that he can't stop me. Playing more with the deck, I know I want to make some more changes. I'm probably going to get the powerful Vegetas, the 3 costs, that when it kills a guy, deals damage. I want to replace the Trunks. I don't like the 4 costs in there, because like I'll never cast them if I don't have the Trunks out, and hard casting them at 4 is not ideal for my deck. Red has no control, and with everything in my deck being low cost, trying to do everything low cost, anything above 3, I don't want to hard cast it. Gohan's convenient because I can make it a 2 cost, but I have to play out my hand, which isn't a risk in and of itself, but it's worth it because I get a 2500 guy for 2. Apparently there's even a possibility to get him out on turn 2, even though that's also not ideal. Germs would be great for my deck. I just don't want to buy them. They're still really expensive in the 4 cost. Just the fact that he has the ability, I think he can't be KO'd or something like that, is really useful. But I'm probably gonna get the Vegetas. They're actually cheaper now. When I first looked at them, they were like 6. Now they might drop down to like 3, so they're probably gonna keep going down. I'll definitely buy them at 3. I only need 3 more. And I was just looking at the Mash Saiyan, the Bardock Warp card, non-foils. They've gone down to like $5 or $6. Might pick up a playset of those for the side deck. That'll help to pop some of the blockers. He is a 5 overrun, so he's gonna be hard to get to in the first couple of turns. Turn 3, I can probably drop him, but by then the yellow deck is already going off. You know, he'll have 10, 15 cards in his hand. And he'll have blockers on the field. But I mean, if I can at least pop one of them, that kind of helps. But the mirrors, also I finally have a playset of those. I was getting 1 a week for entry, so now that I had 4, I was able to side deck a full set, and those came in handy. Because they have the ability where they just can't be blocked by blockers, so you have to actually negate their attacks when he gets through. Great side deck card. I would main it, but Trunks is a little bit cheaper and goes back to my hand, so he has his own usefulness, even though he is like the worst warper that's in the game right now, because he does nothing really except going back to your hand. But utilized my side deck for the first time. The cards that worked were the Mirror and the just the Mirror. But yeah, I have to pick up Vegeta so I can adjust my deck a little bit, get everything down to a low cost where I can manage it and make it work for me like how I want, basically. So that's basically how it is right now, going through all that. like I said, I'm not gonna do super reviews very often. Obviously, I didn't record any games this week. Next week I might not be playing super. Some of my friends might be doing something next week, so I'm gonna go hang out with them instead of playing super for 1 week. Kind of take the week off. But I haven't played super in 2 weeks. So I really wanted to play this week, just to see the improvements to my deck, see if they actually worked for me, and they did. Yeah, I like the deck. It's very consistent. It has drop power when it has drop power. Pans are really iffy. I mean, they're good against every other deck except for the Ape deck. Pan does absolutely nothing. It's like, ugh, I wish you were actually good in this matchup, because it's a good card. It's just bad when your opponent has blockers. But I only have 2. I want to buy at least one more of her. Hopefully she goes down in price a little bit. I might pick a third one up. When I only had 1, I never saw it. When I had 2, I see it once in a while. But so I assume if when I get 3, I'll be able to, have it when I want it. But the next set's coming out pretty soon. Hopefully that changes some things. Field spells are broken in this game. Something needs to be done with the yellow deck with the great apes. So all their stuff just seems inherently overpowered, and it needs to be at least nerfed a little bit. Something needs to happen there with that deck, because everything in the deck is just too good. And red not having control is probably a thing for that color in super, kind of like with friggin' Magic. If red has no control, but I mean, I wish red had something else it could do besides just try and rush down and try and kill the opponent before turn 3. I just wish it had something else it could do, something just a little bit more to give it that edge. It seems like yellow can do everything. Green can just poop on red outright. The only matchup that red has that's kind of in his favor is against blue, because blue is just all control, but it's all slow. So red can kind of get under blue, get under their skin quite literally, and try and kill them before they can stabilize their field with control cards. But with yellow and green, it's just like no contest. You just get blown out by their control guys. Well, green with their control battle cards popping your dues, and then yellow just having basic control like Magic, where they just manipulate your dues. And yeah, so don't want to focus too much on that. I want to focus on the positive. But just a short review. I'm probably gonna end the video here. Not much else to say. Yeah, so next time I play, I'll try to record some games, possibly. There's some more new guys showed up this week, but they left after round 1. One of them had to go to work, I guess. They showed up very late, so the tournament's also going to be starting later, so that's kind of a downer, but whatever. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.